don't need you, they may get you later. In general, there are three different categories of need. There's one that is painful, there's one that is for pleasure, and the other that is useful. If you have a headache, you want ibuprofen. If you want to just be healthy, which is sort of a pleasurable thing, then you may want a vitamin. Which one of those things do you have the more urgency to get? And it's good to be Advil as opposed to being a vitamin. You want to solve a current need that someone has right now that's causing them pain. And you want to remind them in your marketing that they have that pain and tell them that you are able to take it away. So generally speaking, it's better to to solve a painful problem than a pleasurable problem or a useful problem. And it's better to solve that problem for someone who has that problem right now, as opposed to someone who's going to have that problem later. And so that uh, that segmenting of the audience should guide the kinds of messages that you put out, so that you can make sure that you're reaching the people that need to hear you. And so,
How
hello,
you
welcome
doing,
back, Grant.
Mr. Lee?
I'm doing great.
Man, this is exactly what entrepreneurs need to understand, and actually just salespeople in general, account management. These are the blocking and tackling, the fundamentals that are necessary. I wanted to ask you, what do you feel? Like, I have a podcast, and I've been pretty successful doing podcasting. What do you fit podcasting in your funnel of activity as far as business development?
You mean how can I, as a business owner, leverage podcasting in
Correct.
my marketing? Is that? Yeah, well, I think there are two ways. One is to find someone like you who is already an influencer, already has an audience, and to convince you that you should have me on your podcast and that you should promote me. And that makes you sort of a channel partner. I think that's the most effective way that I can build podcasting into my marketing efforts, is to find someone who is already an influencer and has an audience, so I don't have to do that work. The more, you know, the other way, obviously, is for me to do a podcast. I put that in the same category as blogging and other things that require me to be very vigilant about content and scheduling and keeping an audience. And I recommend that less generally because it's a lot of work. It's like a full-time job in and of itself. And so you can always hire someone who's doing that for you, ghostwriting and other things on your behalf, but you have to have some sort of commitment to be consistent and to put that out there. So I tell people, if you really want that to be a part of what you do, you should find people who have audiences and that's what they do, and then partner with them and let them expose you.
Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. We're coming up to the top of the hour. Let us know how to contact you, because I am sure our audience that's out there right now would like to pick your brain a little bit more.
Certainly, you certainly can reach my company Airflow. That's EREFLOW at airflow.com, and we have Airflow in our name on all of the major social media. So if you search for that, EREFLOW, you'll find us. And of course, my name is Lee Jones, and so ljones at airflow.com is also how you could email me directly.
Man, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for being on the Black Business Network, the Black Business Olympics for April. This has been wonderful. Genius is common, and we will see you on the other side.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Wow, he is fantastic in what he does. I want to remind people that the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App that is on the screen below. That is $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops at up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students, you can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for April 2024. They include NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, 5-Star BDM, Lotus Rocher Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, Hello LLC, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Milani Shani Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative for Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA, Genius is Coming, and I will see you on the other side.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Rocher, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Rocher Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Rocher Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Rocher, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
I was born in a little village on the island of Haiti. Many deadly diseases pounded me. It is as if they were on a mission to end my existence on this earth. I refused to give up. In 1983, I left Haiti and came to the United States of America. And I came with $5, 2 shirts. I didn't speak in English. I came to Atlanta. I got a job. I was a doorman. I was a doorman with a dream. What I used to do, I used to come on stage. I'd rehearse this moment that I'm standing in front of you. That's the power of a dream. maybe today is the day you begin acting as if you already have it. And then step out with full force. Take a risk. No condition is permanent. Don't let your situation distract you. You are chosen. You are called. You are born for a purpose in this life.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kinston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
Social media is evolving. It's more vibrant, more colorful, more energetic, and so are you. It's not just photos anymore. It's video, it's audio, it's subscription. And now there's Fanbase, a new monetized social network. Fanbase delivers the complete native app experience with full content monetization for every user. No algorithms that shadow ban your engagement or growth, and no ads. Follow anyone for free and subscribe directly to your favorite creators for $4.99 a month. Plus, show some love by tipping on any post. Also, make a Fanbase page and monetize your content the same way. Finally, connect with your followers by posting the amazing content you already create. And now, get paid for it. It's time to energize and monetize, because everyone's a fan of something and everyone has a fan base.
Sometimes you got to hear the news from the Black perspective, and more specifically, Black publishers. And that's exactly why you have to download the Hey Tie app, the largest mobile app delivering breaking news, videos, and podcasts from 200 of your favorite Black publishers. Yes, 200 Black publishers delivering news as it happens, literally all in one app. Go to HAYTI.com or download the app in the Google Play Store or Apple App Store. It's completely free, along with information that you can trust, so go check them out.
5-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaugh, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-Star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaugh explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
Hey everyone, it's Grant McGaugh, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series, where I help you to build a 5-star brand that people will follow. My genius is personal brand development through intelligent communication and helping you achieve your business and career goals. I am a requested speaker on digital technology and brand development issues. I want to work with you to increase the value of your current opportunities while attracting new ones. Every one of you is unique, and we all share challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. As a super connector, I work with you as an executive coach to guide you along the complicated business and career development road, providing the enhancement tools and information you need to succeed. Together, I will help you succeed in today's challenging business climate I will evaluate and measure your progress. Best of all, I am right alongside you every step of the way. Build the brand called you. Genius is coming.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good day, good day, good day, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow Brand podcast and TV series. I am your business moderator for this day on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. And for today's speaker, I will talk to you about the world of personal branding. I've been on the show numerous times, and I've talked to lots of different professionals from across the world, and they have a unique challenge most of the time, and that is visibility. How do I become more visible in front of my target audience? And in today's world, in the digital economy that we are in a digital first economy. People are going digital first before they go and do something even in the physical world. Think about this. As you're going out about your day, how many times are you interacting with some type of digital device, whether it's your phone, your tablet, or your laptop? First, before you do anything else. This is the way of the world now. We have millions and millions and millions of people on social media, and they're interacting through mobile technology, right? So how are you going to get in front of that? What does that look like? And what are they really peering and viewing throughout the day that's got their attention? It's all really about attention. And if you're looking to develop a brand, most people, they associate branding with business, and that's true. You know, you always hear words like Nike or McDonald's or any other type of a big box, big name, you know, your Walmarts, your Airbnbs, and people that associate that's a brand. But remember, before they were even a brand, they were just a company, right? The branding or the brand of itself came from people interacting with the company, and the brand grew virally for the most part through word of mouth, right? When he first started, remember McDonald's started and some of these other companies have been around for 50 plus years, they didn't have this type of social media that was going on, but they had a way of developing a product or a service that became synonymous with a lot of people. And they said, hey, you know what? You need to go to McDonald's, man. They got the best fries in the world. You need to go and check that out. Hey, you know what? Michael Jordan is the best basketball player in the world, and he's now on Nike. I remember growing up, nobody even knew what Nike was. We're talking about Converse, or maybe we talked about Adidas, and all of a sudden, this little swoosh in Nike, but because of Air Jordan, right? People knew about Michael Jordan from his North Carolina days, the way he used to dunk. And they said, wow, this guy's 6'6", and he's dunking over these 7-foot guys. Air Jordan was born. You know, you had the Jump Man that was born. It was born from a personal brand. Michael Jordan was the personal brand for Nike. You need to be the personal brand of your business. What are you doing? What is your skill set? What is your tool set, your mindset? What are the things that differentiate you in your marketplace? And that is what we want to look at from your brand. Think about this. Personal brand is your digital reputation. What is your reputation in the marketplace? What is the representation of yourself in the marketplace that you're looking to penetrate when you've got millions and millions of people on social media through mobile compute, and they're looking up certain things that they're interested in? And are you showing up? And what is your digital reputation? Or you don't have a reputation. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Grant McGaw, 5-star BD. What is that? You know, follow the brand. Who? What? I don't know. So you have to build that, and you have to build that over time. You have to understand what a personal brand is, why it is so important in a digital first economy, and then how do I manage it? So important. And the concept of personal branding has been around for a while, but who coined it? People began to really look at this as a person, like yourself as a brand, whether you're in the career or you're in business, because you're always trying to shed insight in the business that you're in, to share some kind of knowledge, some kind of wisdom that's coming from you. You want to be able to solve the big problem, whether it's for the job that they're trying to accomplish a goal and they're having challenges and you're able to solve that goal. You have to brand yourself in order to do that, whether it's in the job or even in business. People have to know you as a thought leader and a problem solver. How are you going to do that, right? So you understand that personal branding is your most valuable career and business asset when you know how to uncover, express, and nurture it. And that comes from William Arruda. He's the author of Digital You. This book came out about 3-4 years ago. Very important book because he kind of branded the idea of personal branding for, I would say, today's world. And there's a lot of the people that have come after him. And I began to look at this as someone who's been in as a career in business development over 20-25 years, and understand, how do I get in front of my client so I don't want to appear as a commodity or me too. Here comes another IT sales guy, yak, talking about the same features, the feeds and speeds of his product and service, and that's it. So that's your only brand. There was someone on this show earlier talking a little bit about that, meaning when you're associated with a bigger brand, something bigger than yourself. In her case, she was in a big hospital system. So when you call somebody on the phone or you send them an email and they say, hey, that's from this big brand, and you're like, all right, I'm going to open that. That's a trusted source. That's great. That's wonderful. They trust the brand. But what happens when you're separated from that company or you're separated from that business? What is your brand? Who are you? Now you go and you send your email from your Gmail account, or maybe you got a new business venture that you're starting and you send that out, or you even start with another business that's not so well known, right? And they send that out and they're like, it doesn't have the same ring, doesn't have the same impact, right? And because not so much the first part of that email, that's your name. It's that last part that I'm talking about here, that who you're associated with. And if all they know is who you're associated with, and that's it, then you don't have a brand. You don't have a personal brand, because no matter what, if I send you an email that says Grant McGaw, and it comes from 5-Star BDM, or it may come from my Comcast account, or you may see it from my LinkedIn, you're going to know who I am, because I have branded myself. I've differentiated myself. I've leveraged personal branding in such a way to become a known entity in the market in which I am penetrating, that I am sharing knowledge, wisdom, and insight on a daily basis. So think about this. When you think about your brand, you think about your reputation, your digital reputation. Have you digitized your reputation? Have you influenced the discussion about you when you're not in the room? Have you influenced it? Because I guarantee people are talking about you when you're not there. And if you're not putting forth the information and the knowledge and the wisdom about who you are and what you represent, then they have to think about it, and they have to interpret, and they have to perceive whatever it is that they think you are. So what does that influence look like? Very, very important that your personal brand, how people think about you, they think about your character, your competence, your charisma, who you are, what you do, but most importantly, why you are special. Why are you talking about this person in the first place? Hopefully yourself, in a business context, and that they are bringing forth the message that you want them to bring out, right? Because if you don't do this, when they go to do a Google search, this is the first thing I wanted to. I talked about a little bit about social. Now I'm talking about search. These two S's, the SS of our digital economy, is what's driving business today. You look at the stock exchange right now, you see the biggest companies that are on there, they're all digital entities. Very important. So if you're not digitizing yourself in some fashion or form, you are missing out. And if you haven't digitized yourself, not even talking about your business, who you are. So when I put in a Google search and I put in Grant McGaw, guess what? I know exactly what's going to come up because I've influenced it. I already know. And I guarantee you what's going to come up. All the social media platforms that we're talking about. You're going to see about my LinkedIn. You're going to see about my Twitter. You're going to see what I have on Facebook, or you're going to see my website, right? You're going to see my YouTube. I already know this. I already know that that's going to be the first 5 or 6 things that are going to come up in a Google search when you put in Grant McGaw. I already know this because I influenced it. How are you influencing it? Because without a personal brand, I guarantee you this, you will become a commodity in the marketplace. You will have a disadvantage against others who do have a brand, who are known by their peers, who are known by the business entities that a lot of their competition wants to do business with. And you will lose significant career and business opportunities. But most importantly, you limit your reach because you'll be in a very small pool in a very big world. Because through the digitization of our world economy has made everything smaller in scope and easier to get to. But if you're not in that world, you're not getting anywhere. And you can't just claim to do so. People are like, wow, I'm going to run right out, Grant. I hear what you're saying, and I'm just going to start pushing stuff out there. Well, guess what? You can't just make this stuff up. You can't just make this up. You have to be authentic. Why? Because people will find out. They will find out if you're misrepresenting yourself. Not being factual. They'll say, wow, that's very two-dimensional. There's no depth here because I'm not seeing great content. I'm not seeing a library of information, a library of knowledge of what you're talking about. If you look, oh, Grant McGaw, he says he does this personal brand thing. If you're not seeing a lot of content around that, when you look me up and you look up my company and you look up what I do and there's nothing there, then of course I could claim to say, yeah, I'm a personal brand master. I can do that, yes. And you should know this. It's not going to fly. You want to be known for this and not just what you're saying. See, a brand is not what I'm saying. It's not about what Grant McGaw says about himself. It's what others say about Grant McGaw. That's the brand. That is what the brand is all about. When I get feedback from others and they say, wow, you know what? He's a thought leader. He's a super connector. You know, he's very, very skilled in information technology. He understands branding and marketing at a great level. And I love his podcast. He brings people on who gives insight and wisdom and knowledge about the things that I'm interested in. That is a brand. And that's how I've created my brand. So we want to help you to create your brand. And to do that, you've got to step back. You got to step back and really do some self-inspection. And not anyone else. Take a look at yourself. Define your skills. Understand what your skills. Know what you're trying to accomplish in the market that you're in. Understand what that market needs. Not what you just sell or you think they want. Understand what the market that you are operating in needs and start to look at the skills that you have and see if that will penetrate. And understand what you're up against because there's going to be a gap there, right? And when you understand that gap of what you have to offer and what the market needs, you can then get into a niche around that. And that'll help you find your voice. Your voice is so important. And it's a unique voice. So you don't sound like everybody else. If you show up and you're a Me Too, people just drive right by you. Think about it. You just drive right by a bunch of restaurants. You just drive right by a whole bunch of advertising you see on the street. You just flip through your phone. You just keep going, because it's nothing that's going to grab your attention unless it's something that is stepped out. It's just come out at you in such a way that it grabs you. You're like, wow, this person understands what I am looking for. This person understands what I need. They understand my challenges. I'm going to now be interested in what they're talking about and see if they truly are who they say they are. And this is part of developing your brand and identifying who that audience is. Really needs to resonate with your skill set that you're bringing to the table. When you do that and you understand your UVP, your unique value proposition, and you answer that big question, why are you the go-to person? Why are you? You have to answer that, not from an ego standpoint, but the content you're putting out, the knowledge that you have, all the different intelligence that you have, the information that you have, the things that you've done. You're showing the results of those skills. People, I would tell you this, and I learned this from someone so important. People don't buy your product or service. They buy the results that your product or service gives them. Lead with the results. Lead with the results. The results of personal branding are outstanding. You start thinking about this. Truly, I mean, at the highest levels, everybody thinks about Oprah, right? Great personal brand. Her business is owned. A lot of people don't know it. Oh, hey, you listen, you say Oprah, boom, it's already out there, right? You talk about Jeff Bezos, you're like, oh, Amazon, that's a big brand. You want to be bigger than your business brand, your personal brand. You want to be known as an entity, someone who stands for something, has a pulse, has some kind of social cause, no matter what new business venture they get into. You think about Elon Musk, he does a lot of different things. He's not just Tesla, right? He started doing PayPal. Now he's doing SpaceX. But if you say Elon Musk, that's a big name. You want your name to be associated like that. So when you roll out new services, you roll out new business, roll out a new opportunity of any type, your name goes behind it because you have a brand. You've developed that kind of voice. You know what your strengths are, and you definitely know your accomplishments that go along with it. And people tend to gravitate to people that are accomplished. So important. So I want you to take a good look at yourself. When I say that, Google yourself right now. Type it in. Or you want to use Bing. Some people like Bing, B-I-N-G. You use a Bing, right? Type it in. Maybe AI, you know what? I'm in AI, ChatGPT. Type it in. What does it know about you? Because if it doesn't know very much, it can't help you. It can't propel you. It can't promote you in this digital economy. You want it to know as much that you want it to know. You don't put all your private information out there. This is the information you want to make public. This is the skills that you have that you want to make public. The accomplishments that you have. You want to make these things public. What you are able to deliver as results for others. You want to make these things public, right? You want to be known for all these different things. So you get to ask yourself, where do you want to be? What does this look like? Ask your peer groups. How do they see you? Truly. And if they can't give you a good answer, find somebody that does. But I tell you, I go on LinkedIn a lot because that's when you make your professional image visible. And what I see from a lot of entrepreneurs that are there, a lot of business people, a lot of different individuals, they're not showing up for business. They're not showing up for business. That is a visible platform. You would not go to a business meeting for a lot of people looking the way that they do. You want to show up to impress. When you go to a business meeting that's meaningful, that's going to advance your career, it's going to advance your business opportunities, can put money in your pocket, it's going to become a profitable enterprise for everybody. You got to show up and look like this, not only in your physical world, but in the digital realm. Very, very important. And there's a whole lot of whys around that. Why would I want to do that, Grant? Why I want to make myself so visible? Am I going to get hacked? Of course not. Put information out there that is relevant. Obviously, your social number, things like that, and that's not relevant. What's relevant, what makes people gravitate to you is the results that you can give them. That is the information that you put out there. That's going to create business opportunities for you. It's going to give you personal growth even in yourself. It's going to lead to job promotions that are out there. It's going to improve your sales abilities and your sales overall from a revenue and a bottom line perspective. And it's going to overall increase the awareness and the influence that you have in the market that you are in. But you have to be intentional about this. You cannot just act like, well, I'll do a couple of things and then it's going to happen. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to be very, very intentional. And you know what? I need to develop this brand. And they need to work with people that understand branding from a personal brand perspective to get myself out there. And I've been working with a lot of individuals come to me today. It's like, Grant, I see this great podcast that you have. I want to be a part of that. I want to be on that show. Great. Let me take you through a brand strategy first. Let's talk about your brand. Let's get through this for a 4-week engagement that we're going to talk about the BRAVE framework. What is that? That's your brand identity. Let's work through that. Let's do some research around what you're trying to accomplish and how you're going to get there. Let's look at your assets that you have right now and what they need to look like from an aesthetic standpoint. And let's get your visibility to make you more visible. And then we're going to do some evaluation of what that looks like. That's the BRAVE framework. So then when we finally get you to a point where you can then be on the show, you're ready. It's like rehearsal, right? Most actors, they have to rehearse before they're going to show. They've got to do a lot of self-investment in themselves to be a professional at that level. And that's what I want people to do. I want you to invest in yourself, become more visible in the field where you're operating in. Because I guarantee you, somebody doesn't know who you are, the first thing they're going to do, they're going to look you up. And if in business, it's going to be LinkedIn. They will find you. And if the information that they're looking for is not there, you're very plain label, let's just say, there's just nothing there, they'll just pass you by. They'll keep going. Most recruiters right now, if you're looking for a job, 70% of them will just pass on a candidate based on what they find online. 70%. Think about how many business opportunities there are. Like, oh, Grant McGaw, 5-star BDM, let me go take a look. And if there's nothing there that's relevant to what they're looking for, they just keep passing me by. We don't want that to happen. You have to understand that leads via social media convert 7x more than any other leads. 7 times. 7 times, right? That's because they're coming from referrals and things like that. People can see what it is. People now don't need to be educated like they did 5, 10, 15 years ago about your product or your service. They can look that up in a matter of seconds. A matter of seconds, they can get that information. You've got to have more. You've got to bring more to the table than just information. You've got to have intelligence. You've got to have insight. You've got to have knowledge. And you've got to be able to make that visible for people that are interested in what you do. So important. So you say, Grant, how do I do that? How? You're going to have to build a brand community. It's like we're doing right now on the Black Business Network. Building community. People start to know about you. Still today, the greatest form of advertisement is word of mouth. Word of mouth. Most of my business comes through referral. People that other people knowing, like, oh, you know what? I think I need to do something. I'm getting stuck in my job. I'm not getting business leads. I don't know what's happening. You know what? You need to talk to Grant, 5-star BDM. Like, oh, really? Who's he? And then boom. And then, here's his website. And this is what he did for me. This is what he did for others. Here's the results he did for other people because I can see it. Wow, this is amazing. I'll go ahead and give him a call. That's building a brand community that helps sell for you. That's called being a brand ambassador for somebody. Very, very important. You need to understand how those things work. So the first impression somebody gets from you, if they're looking at this social media, you're looking at your LinkedIn, becomes the best. So they build from there. And so if you build out a beautiful, dazzling profile, not just because it looks good, but it has great information, has great intelligence that is there for them to then cruise into your DM, as they call it, your direct messaging, and then ask intelligent questions because this person actually knows some things. I can tell he knows some things, and now I can be of help. Whether it's me or someone else, he's going to connect me to where I need to go. And you use rich media with that. So use video. It's so easy to get video contact these days. You don't need to be a videographer. You can do it yourself. A lot of these things are self-automated, right? You can do a lot of these things yourself. And when you're ready, you'll begin to understand the difference between DIY, which is doing it yourself, and then getting a professional editing done, professional video content done. And you need a combination of all those things. You'll know when you need to do a selfie for just a headshot because you need something that's better than nothing or a very fuzzy shot or something that doesn't look so great. And then you pay somebody for something more professional. You begin to understand what you need to do and where you're at and understand your budgets. But you have to show up and have rich, engaging content. So important. And then develop a plan. How are you going to deliver your brand daily? What is that going to look like? And everybody does this differently. but you have to do it in the context of what you're trying to accomplish. You know, do I need to book myself on different podcast shows? You know what? I'm not big on, I'm not going to write a blog every day. I'm not that. Some people, that's what they do. They're very good at that. I'm not going to do that. Some people, you know what? I like to read. Say, well, great. Do you read certain articles that may be of interest to someone else? Well, yes, I do. You know, it takes about let's just say 5 minutes of your time to go ahead and post an article. You know what? I read this great article. Grant McGraw wrote it, 5-star BDM. I'm going to post that. This is what I learned from the article, and I'm going to do that every day. And you don't really have to do it every day now. Meaning, I could take my Saturday morning, create 5 posts that I'm going to put out, and schedule them now. Did you know that? You can schedule them. You know what? I have time. I'm going to create these 5 posts. I'm going to schedule one for Monday morning, Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday morning, Thursday at afternoon, Friday at night, and I'm done. You're starting to build your community awareness about who you are, what you do, and why that's important, and people are starting to take notice of that. So have a great call to action for yourself and be credible. And you want people to be curious about what you're doing. So instill curiosity and be very authentic. Make sure it looks good. Appearance is locked and style, but it's your style. It's your appearance. It's what you're doing that's so important. Understand that you are in the business of personal branding, especially in today's digital world. It's so very important. I don't think you can get away with it anymore. Meaning, I decide I'm just not going to do it. Like, all right, great. Remember what I said earlier? Your reach now becomes this big instead of worldwide. Why do you think we're on the Black Business Network? I was wondering, what was Dr. Kelly, thinking about when he said, you know what? Now, he's been doing a physical business expo for 30 some years. Doesn't say he didn't like it. He just understood that by going online and going virtual, instead of being just in Raleigh, Durham, a lot of people know about him. That's great. That's wonderful. He's now worldwide. Bigger market, bigger reach, bigger dollars. All these things are so important. You start thinking about, again, going back to what I said earlier about these companies that are so successful today. Airbnb didn't invent any hotels. Matter of fact, they haven't built anything except their office. However, they were able to use a digital platform that connected people with accommodations in such a way that it became super easy. You should see their commercials today. They're beautiful. They're telling you, hey, don't go stay at a hotel. Go stay at an Airbnb. You want to get away from your kids. Why are you going to a hotel and you leave your kids and you get there's a bunch of kids? Like, wow, you haven't done anything. But if you get an Airbnb, private pool, beautiful landscape, everything's great. They're selling that and they're winning. They're winning. Look at Barnes & Noble. Everybody knows it. Go to Barnes & Noble, look at books. It's great. Go in there, get some coffee, sit back, read a book. Beautiful. Well, guess what? Amazon said, you know what? I'm just going to send books online every day, all day, 24 hours a day. Sit at home, drink coffee, and get my book all the time. They are now one of the biggest retailers in the world, not just doing books, but so many, because they understood the platform. The digital platform is what got them to where they wanted to be. They don't write books, right? No. They just were able to give a better distribution model. So when you start thinking about your business, you start thinking about your own brand, your own personal brand, right? How are you going to be bigger and better and more well-known any other way than knowing how to utilize the digital platforms that are there for something that is greater than you can do by yourself, that you can have more consistent information, that you can control the narrative far beyond your competition, and that you can have a controlled audience that's tuning in to what you're doing. But you've got to be consistent in this messaging, and you've got to constantly be innovating and moving forward. I want people to really look when they tune into the Black Business Network. And if you step back just 3 years ago, they were doing it, I think they were doing it once a quarter. Then it became every month. Now, look at where we're at now. You know, it's becoming a 24-hour Black Business Network, and it's becoming more well-known. You got 140 speakers speaking on this platform every single month, live. I will tell you right now, make my prediction, because I don't see any other platform quite like this in the marketplace. This will be the go-to business platform in America for Black entrepreneurs, period. And it will garner a lot of cash as people begin to understand the content and they want to get in on this. And then now you've built it to such a point. Because remember, Facebook started the same way. There was no charge for Facebook. Get on Facebook, but nothing, right? You get on Facebook, all of a sudden now they got millions and millions of people talking to each other. And then all the advertisers say, hey, I want to get on this. Okay, I'm going to charge you for that. And it charges X thousand. Now what Facebook is worth, what? Billions, gaining trillions of dollars. Started out with free. Don't slip on what I'm talking about. Understand how your brand can monetize what you're doing at an exponential rate if you understand how to do it. That is what I am bringing to the table at 5-Star BDM. I want you to look me up, 5-Star BDM. That's 5, number 5, star, STAR, B for brand, D for development, Infomasters.com. That's 5-Star BDM. Send me an email. Ask me a question. Grant.McGaugh. That's MCGAUGH at 5-Star BDM. Or better yet, go to my LinkedIn page. See what I'm talking about. These are my results. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see how many followers I have. You'll see the engagement that I have. You see what I'm doing. And I'm doing that for a purpose. And that is to create opportunities for me and you. And speaking about more opportunities, let's talk about the Black Business Network and what it is all about. Because the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. And this expo is a fundraiser for students. So you may go to blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that is on the screen below. That is $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops at up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students, you can register online. Just go to blackbusinessexpousa.com and go ahead and put your name in. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. And we'd like to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for April 2024. They include NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, 5-Star BDM, Lotus Rocher Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, Hello LLC, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Geniuses Common, Earth Essentials, Milani Shani Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA, Genius is Common, and I will see you on the other side.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Please, you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App at $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. Please donate to the Black Business Expo USA Scholarship Fund.
Hello, I am Dr. Eric Kelly III, the visionary strategist and founder of the Black Business Olympics. I invite you to showcase your Black-owned businesses on the Black Business Network global stage. The Black Business Olympics is a global Black Business Network platform that propels Black-owned businesses into the international spotlight. By showcasing your business on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can reach a worldwide audience of potential customers, partners, and investors. You can also establish yourself as a thought leader, an expert in your field, attract lucrative partnerships, and more speaking engagements. In addition, the Black Business Olympics platform provides a valuable opportunity to connect and collaborate with like-minded entrepreneurs and business professionals from around the world. This can lead to new business opportunities, ideas, and relationships. Finally, by sharing your story and expertise on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can inspire and empower others. This is a powerful way to make a positive impact on the world and leave a lasting legacy. If you are a Black-owned business owner, I encourage you to seize the opportunity to showcase your business on the Black Business Olympics platform. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make an indelible mark on the world. Be one of the 1,000 visionary entrepreneurs who are changing students' lives, shaping industries, and leaving an unforgettable legacy for their families. Unleash your voice on our global stage and watch your business thrive. Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Yes, the entire world. Just give me a call today at 919-308-9090.
My friend, my brother is with us, RJ Stevenson. He is a trailblazer in music, media, and ministry.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here. And Princess Nia is based off of my daughter. And she wants to be the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
Hey, Ivanka Farabi here. I'm the founder and executive director of Beyond the Shackles. We're a nonprofit that instills hope in the incarcerated, disenfranchised, and their families. But we don't stop there, because what we know is that you don't have to spend one day behind physical bars to be in shackles in your heart and your mind. And we help people to rise up. What is my genius? I'm a life elevation coach and strategist. I'm a motivational speaker, and I help people to navigate the difficult terrain of adversity. Do you know that you can build the most beautiful masterpiece from the rubble that might lie at your feet from the most difficult of times? Well, you can. And I help people to walk out their God-given plans and find their genius. Why? Everybody has genius, because genius is common.
Hey guys, my name is Caden. I'm the CEO of Caden Teaches, and my genius is teaching kids about financial literacy. Throughout my financial products, such as my financial flashcards, my activity book, and my newest project, my financial bus, which I bought. And on the bus, it has a mock bank where kids will learn how to deposit and withdraw money, a mock grocery store where kids will be able to learn how to have a family budget, and a mock stock exchange where kids will even be able to learn how to invest in stocks. Now, I decided to start teaching kids about financial literacy because I find that most kids graduate high school without even knowing the basics about financial literacy. And I feel if I were to teach kids about financial literacy, that I would be able to help kids tap into their genius. And I actually learned about financial literacy to my dad because I would go to business meetings with him, and I would always see that they were talking about financial literacy. And at that point, I didn't understand what financial literacy was. So I took it upon myself to learn about financial literacy and teach it to kids in a way that they could understand. But I want you guys to help me help kids tap into their genius by going to my website, cadenteaches.com, and you can sew into me in my financial bus by going to my GoFundMe link. And remember, if Caden can, you can too, because genius is common.
Hey, it's your girl Colette V. Smith. The V is for victory. My mama would tell you the V is for Veronica, but it's Colette V. Smith, the NFL's first African-American woman to coach in the history of the National Football League, by way of being the first female in 2017 to coach in New York Jets franchise history. Today, I'm the founder of Believe in You Incorporated. Believe in You Incorporated. I got here because I didn't limit myself. I started thinking freely, living life freely. Don't limit yourself. Unleash your power, the power that God created you to be and to have. I got here because I didn't just follow a path. I created my own. You can do the same thing. You know why I know this? Because genius is common.
So what we have to do is when we get in a spot, we need to create some spots for us. That's the main thing. We need to be able to be in a position where we're able to create those spots for us. For me, being an entrepreneur, I'm not just going to get a business and then leave you sitting high and dry. If you ask me some questions about entrepreneurship, I'm going to give you as much as I've received. I've seen people who made it, and then when you ask them, it's like, okay, now you have to pay me for the information, the same information I got for free. We probably in totally different cities. There's no way that we're going to bump heads or anything. We're not competing. Bring me up with you. And so I just think that whatever education that I have, then I need to be able to give that to my own as well. So create the spots. You can create the spots when you get there.
Hello, my name is Kiasi Helm and I'm 14 years old. I think my genius would probably have to be setting goals and achieving them. I say this because ever since I was young, I always wanted to be an author, and at age 11, I ended up achieving this. But not only did I end up becoming an author, I ended up becoming a public speaker, a publisher, a business owner, all these great things. The name of my business is Written by Kids Publishing Company. I decided to start this company because I thought it was important for me to help kids my age express themselves through literacy and just achieve their own goals. Because to me, achieving goals is the best thing in the world to feel. It's you just achieving things and aspirations that you set for yourself. And I know that everybody is capable of this because even if you don't end up achieving the goal, you still tried your best, and that's the most important thing. And everybody is capable of this because genius is common. Thank you.
La connexion. La connexion.
In a world obsessed with the cult of celebrity, I challenge you not to aspire to anyone else's greatness, but instead strive to reveal and ignite the greatness within you.
Are you serious?
I totally think that that's it.
Hey.
No!
Hey! To me, sexy is a man that knows who he is and what he wants.
Okay.
He's comfortable. You look at him, you see him, he's just comfortable being himself. And you're like,
Baby, be you.
Be you, baby. Just be you. I like it. Introducing the Be You collection, exclusively available at K&G Fashion Superstore.
How you doing? I'm Rodney Allen Rippey. Yeah, the child actor. Well, now, leading man. Some of you might remember back in the day, the Harlem Globetrotters popcorn machine. Remember that? Well, it was a Saturday morning special that would come on, and I was there with Geese and Tex and Meadowlark Lemon. Remember the show? Well, I had a great time. And I have to say a huge, huge thank you to all my fans out there. Thank you for all the years of support. I went on from the entertainment industry. I started getting into producing and directing. And now, hey, here I am. I'm a studio executive here in Burbank, California at 2526 Studios. I have to say, it's been pretty good, but the best is yet to come. Please stay encouraged. Keep reaching for your dreams and never forget that genius is common. Remember that. Genius is common. No matter what anyone says to you, no matter how tough the road may get, Keep striving. Keep reaching for your dreams. And always know that you are worth it. Everything that you put into yourself, everything good that you pour into your life, you are worth it. And when the times get tough, when things don't go exactly right, it's okay. Dust your shoulders off. Stand up strong. And remember, genius is common.
You know how a lot of people say that being successful is a great thing? Well, it really is. Yet having a successful mindset is the thing that propels people to their ultimate success. Now, many of us get stagnated. So, have you been stagnated and stuck from realizing your dreams because of fears and uncertainties and your mind telling you what if, and you never move into action? Well, you don't have to be stuck anymore. You can break free from the mind's default framework of backing down and freezing on the track to success.
Artist to me is a creative expression of something from nothing. You know, it explodes onto the canvas, or it explodes on in my work. One of the things that I try to do more than anything is I try to just give the lines and the movements and emotions and expressions into to what I do. Art really means to me a chance to express how I feel deep down inside. Most of my art begins as a thought that I might have, you know, whether it's sports, whether it's history, whether it's a woman or a man. It pretty much starts as an idea of thought before I get into the actual image of what I'm going to draw. I do a lot of historical pieces. I was a history minor in college, and I love to do history pieces. And a lot of times I'm thinking about history, and then I try to make that history impact you as you look at it. That's one of the reasons I do pictures so large. People ask me, why do I do the pictures so big? And I tell them, I want the piece to impact them as they're looking at it. To kind of dominate them, dominate their space. And most of my pieces I try to do off page. I don't try to do anything that's going to be in those four corners or in a square. And I want your imagination to be a part of the piece that you're looking at. The way I feel when I'm drawing, when I'm creating something, is I feel free. I feel like there is an anticipation of something that's going to come. I try not to draw first. I try to draw second. And what I mean by that is I try to allow myself to kind of get into the piece and just relax. Sometimes I miss time. I'll draw 2-3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. And while I'm drawing, it's just a free. I just feel free. I mean, I feel like time stands still. That's what it's all about in terms of the lines and the colors in my work, is to get an expression, to go deeper and past just what you see on the surface, but to go in and try to find an expression that everybody gets a different taste of what that expression is, whether it's anger or whether it's being happy or whether it's being, kind of calm or nonchalant. That expression that people take away from the piece is the most important part of what I do as an artist. Bold is the size of my pieces, where I try to do the piece larger than life, to kind of push forward toward you. That's what the boldness is all about. It's not so much about the lines, it's about the size. The Face of Change art show is inspired by my mother, but more importantly, it's a historical moment in time as the pieces depict different emotions and expressions of Barack Obama. The 44th president is indicative of the 44 pieces of art that I have done in this particular collection. When you begin to think about expressions and portraits, this is a portrait gallery of expressions of what transpired as Barack Obama ran for office. Some of the pictures are abstract and some are expressionistic. And I combine both of those forms of art to create this collection of art pieces. Overcomer. Brilliant. Ambitious. Motivated. Awesome. Obama. I am from Washington, D.C., but I was raised in Durham, North Carolina. I came to Durham when I was about 5 or 6, and then I traveled back and forth to D.C. because it's where my people are from. One of the unique things about my family is my mother, she's also an artist. She does quilting, and she does a lot of artistic things, and then my son, he draws with both hands, his right hand and his left hand like I do. So that's kind of a family trait. And then my other son, he's a videographer, and my daughter, she works, she's a regional vice president for Sunglass Lab. When you start out drawing and sketching, you want to continue to explore, each avenue. I do pastels, I do pen and ink, I do painting, I do acrylics. I haven't done oils yet. But I try to do all facets of art. What I say to a lot of times to people is, you can't put yourself in a box when you're an artist. You have to explore. And over the course of my life, I've tried to explore different mediums. I also do sculpture as well. I choose my subjects by the intensity that they have in their faces or the intensity that somebody is moving, because I do more than portrait drawings. I also do I do abstract, and then I do figurative drawing also. Well, what happened in this particular show is that I started out trying to come up with something that would be a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. So I was working on a Barack Obama show, and they wanted me to do some paintings of Barack. And so what I did was, because of the deadlines, I kind of did it kind of fast. And then I realized when I was doing it fast, I enjoyed it.
And so then I started doing other pieces the same way, and I started to enjoy those pieces also. And so I came up with this particular style, and it's a style of lines and colors. And what's interesting is that when I was in college, I did a show called Lines, Colors, and I talked about the boldness of the blacks, the hotness of the whites, and this is how this has come about, later on in my life. And the colors comes from a lot of the entertainers that I work with, where they wear different colors. They don't wear, your plain reds or your whites. They wear different colors, and so that's also another piece of what's giving me the colors. The subtitle of this show is Faces That Speak Life. That's real critical. Faces that speak life. Each one of these pieces is a life source and a life energy that's being put on display for people that are looking at it. I always say in terms of my art, it's not important that I draw them. It's important what you get out of what I draw. I don't try to just draw it because you like it. People wanted me to do prints. I didn't do prints. People asked me to do different people, but the people that I choose are people that make a difference in the lives of people in the world. So the human landscape idea was, again, as I say, the lines represent your emotions, it represents your ideas, and it represents your journey as a human being. And that's why you get the different pieces and the different looks. And as you notice, I try not to do one look that looks alike another look. And that's what's the most important part of this show.
Artist to me is a creative expression of something from nothing. It explodes onto the canvas, or it explodes on in my work. One of the things that I try to do more than anything is I try to just give the lines and the movements and emotions and expressions into what I do. Art really means to me a chance to express how I feel deep down inside. Most of my art begins as a thought that I might have, whether it's sports, whether it's history, whether it's a woman or a man. It pretty much starts as an idea of thought before I get into the actual image of what I'm going to draw. I do a lot of historical pieces. I was a history minor in college, and I love to do history pieces. And a lot of times I'm thinking about history, and then I try to make that history impact you as you look at it. That's one of the reasons I do pictures so large. People ask me, why do I do the pictures so big? And I tell them, I want the piece to impact them as they're looking at it, to kind of dominate them, dominate their space. And most of my pieces I try to do off page. I don't try to do anything that's going to be in those four corners or in a square. And I want your imagination to be a part of the piece that you're looking at.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good day, good day, good day, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations, and welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGaugh, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow Brand podcast and TV series. And I am your business moderator for this day on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. And I want to introduce you to RJ Stevenson, who is a trailblazer in music, media, and ministry. For over 20 years, he has helped to develop and establish the national branding images of businesses, institutions, nonprofit organizations, and high-profile personalities. Coupled with his background in marketing, branding, production, and technology with ministry, RJ has evolved as a successful serial entrepreneur and has been blessed to serve as a presenter and speaker at various conferences and conventions across the globe. He has established successful businesses and ministries in North Carolina, Arkansas, and in Tampa, Florida. I want to welcome all the way from Tampa, Mr. RJ Stevenson. You've been with us today, and I want to applaud you. I want to applaud you. Can you hear that?
I've been here all day long, but it's been wonderful. I love the opportunity to be here on the Black Business Network, and man, for me to have a fireside chat with the legend, the icon, Grant McGaugh, I did something right today to get in this seat right now, and I'm gonna take full advantage of it.
Well, hey, let's get driving then, RJ, because I just read your bio and it got me very intriguing that you have worked with a lot of different individuals. And I just talked about personal branding in our last session. You have a brand. Talk to me about your brand and how you enabled yourself to be able to operate at the level that you do.
My company's called Creative Concepts Production and Design. It's a full service production and design company based with offices in Arkansas, Tampa, Florida, and North Carolina. I've recently transitioned back here to North Carolina, back to my home state, to bring some of the experiences that I've been able to have in other places back home. So I started out a long time ago just doing the great stuff as an undergrad at East Carolina University. Everybody needed flyers. I worked in what we used to have on campuses as the minority presence office, minority student affairs. And as people would come into our office, I learned how to do desktop publishing, doing layouts. The football team had parties. The fraternity sororities had parties, and nobody knew how to do the flyers. So I used Microsoft Publisher, and it just kept going from there. I had a lot of opportunities to help with colleges and institutions and nonprofits, a lot of churches, and then went on to high-profile personalities. and I've just had a good experience doing branding in the industry. Then flowed over to production, over to design, now filmmaking, documentaries, and always music. It's just been one opportunity which led to another, and I'm just glad to have had the experiences I've had.
Well, you've been doing a great job. I've seen some of your work, and not only you're producing, but you do setup. I mean, you're setting up there, setting out. Were you doing it? Because I know I've been to church, right? Church, you got to have an AV department at church. Right? I mean, did you learn it at church and then you went commercial with it?
You know, that's the interesting story. I did learn it at church. I learned it at church and then applied that knowledge into the industry. I actually, when I got to Tampa, Florida, the first thing I did was the Martin Luther King Parade Foundation's gala at this large size event center there. I walked in, people didn't know me from nowhere, but they heard I was the tech guy. And so from there, it just went. I embraced it. But I didn't stay, watch this though, I didn't stay at church level knowledge. I made certain that I partnered myself with other people that I met in the industry and was consistent and competent in my skill set. And people would say, hey, RJ, come along. And I never let them know that I didn't know what I was doing.
So important to be able to not only, get in where you can, but then expand your knowledge, expand your network. And then now you have many different services or different clientele that you can work in, because it's different doing, a church service as opposed to doing, a specialized service for someone else in the commercial world, right?
It's really not.
No?
No. So one thing I prided my business on early on is allowing small business owners to have access to the same branding materials and assets that larger corporations could have, right? So that means that I chose to be able to pull in large size branding contracts so that I could be nicer and more affordable to smaller businesses, because I felt like businesses in our community deserve to have the same access to larger companies, even though they didn't have the same price point. Even doing that, I did the same thing with churches. So now I take churches and I take their staff through the same level of training as I take my production staff through. Because what I really desire is that on any given day, I'm able to call church staff and say, hey, I got a festival. Hey, I got an event. Because the cohesion that we're building as a team in the faith environment doesn't change the skill set in the industry environment. And as long as you can be confident and really tool yourself for the skill set, you can work. You can work anywhere.
No, I just learned something. I mean, that for you and your business, what you're doing is that you're bringing that skill set no matter what. You're still at that high level, but no matter what the client, they still get a very high level of production for what they're looking to accomplish. I think that is that's outstanding. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit more about your service. Now, tell me, what is the exact name of the business?
Creative Concepts Production and Design.
Okay.
And you got to spell that with K's, Mr. McGaw. You can't spell it with C's.
I saw it.
You got to spell it with K's.
Yeah. You got to stand out. And I had talked about a little bit before around personal branding. You talked about how you just walked in because you had a brand. People knew you or knew of you. Talk to me how your personal brand has increased your reach.
Well, one, my personal brand starts with another C word that I spell with K. It's called confidence. I approach every project as if I've done it before, because I don't walk into projects speedily. I'll take the time and do my market research. I'll take the time and even find mentors who've done before something I'm attempting to do. And I'm not so high-minded to the point where I can't humble myself and ask someone else who's a competitor to say, hey, what way would you approach this task? What is something that you do in your processes that I can add to my kit bag? Listen, I don't even want to get paid this time. Can I just come along with you while you shoot? Can I come along with you while you're doing what you're doing, just so I can find out how other people's workflow is, because that experience can then come over and help me with my brand. You know, when it comes to branding, I try to be as consistent and concise and clear as I can with messaging. That means that I've got to pay a lot of attention to communication. So if I'm at home and I'm watching television, I'm not just watching television. I'm paying attention to the angles. I'm imagining what kind of lighting setup they're using. I'm trying to figure out what the camera lens is. Is it a zoom lens? Is it a prime lens? You know, I'm doing the diligence behind the scenes to make myself better and more prepared every time I show up. And I believe that helps to maintain consistency with my brand.
I want to ask you a question. Do you see like a considerable difference between, you would say like in a movie, in a Hollywood movie production, as opposed to commercials you see on TV? Is there a big difference?
Absolutely. Hollywood movie production, you're talking about long play form. A commercial, you're talking about a lot of shorter excerpts that are put together to tell the story. So if you've never been on a Hollywood type movie set, the equipment and the gear that's used in those circumstances is much different from what's used in necessarily an industry commercial circumstance. A lot of times the budget is far more extravagant for a Hollywood or industry film set compared to a commercial. But believe it or not, you think about how much commercials cost during the Super Bowl, right? So if you talk about a Super Bowl placement, you're almost producing that commercial just as if you're producing a film. I mean, so, you know, those price points range, the amount of equipment range, the type of personnel you use, it ranges from one thing to another. So for me, it's not necessarily about how much you're spending and how much you have. It's more about making sure that the message on the end is communicated effectively.
That's so important. And I've seen a lot of changes now in the film industry or in the video industry of itself, because now you got AI, you know, and AI, you can do a lot of CGI, you know, computer generated imagery. You can make, you know, text to video type applications. This is changing the way things are done. I heard that Tyler Perry stopped a whole production, millions of dollars, just because what he was starting to see happen in this AI space. What's your take on this?
Well, I mean, you can even go look at some Disney episodes and see that the students that are in the crowd at the basketball game, they ain't got the right number of fingers. You know, AI has really been infused in a lot of areas in our lives, but the consumer is just now hearing about how it's being used. So you can imagine that, you know, honestly, if you're in business and not learning how AI has changed your industry, because it's already done it before you find out about it, right? If you're not figured out how AI has already changed your industry, you're behind your industry. I had the opportunity to help produce a conference for the Department of Defense that was held at University of South Florida recently about wargaming and AI. And they're talking about how wargaming is already using AI to determine targets, to determine munitions, to determine lifespan and safety and all those sorts of things to make more safety precautions for the troops, but also to be more effective and efficient at mission readiness, right? And so if AI is being used in those instances, look what's happening at Walmart. You go to Walmart, when you used to have the person at the front door say, welcome, and now you got little gates you got to walk through. They open up by themselves. Now they got it so that you walk up to the register. You might see one person for 10 self-checkout registers, and you're there. It's taking your picture. It knows who you are. It calls you out if you shoplifting. I mean, systems are becoming so automated that it's becoming a part of our lives. And if we're not finding out how to embrace it and utilize it in our industries, you're going to be behind. It has nothing to do with your skin color. It has nothing to do with where you went to school. It's just about realizing that the trends are changing and then making yourself effective in your industry.
So taking that in consideration and knowing that it's a tool. AI is a tool. I've been in information technology 25 years. I know what it is. It is a tool. And that's all it is. It's just like you use a camera or different types of cameras to do different types of jobs. What does the project call for? Is that how you look at AI? Like, all right, I need AI for this. Because, there've been green screens around for a long time. CGI has been around a long time, but now it's more commercially available. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, you look at what happened to us everywhere during the pandemic. I mean, people didn't know what a green screen was until it's a green screen that everybody used. And then green screens became what everybody did. It's the same thing with AI now. Right now, it's not something that many consumers are aware of, depending on your industry. Definitely creative industries are always going to be leading in ahead. So even right now, something like color grading a film or retouching a picture, those things are much easier to accomplish with much greater quality using AI than they have been in the past. But what I know is if you don't know your skill set, you don't know your skill set. So even having AI as a tool, if you don't know the theory behind what you're doing and why you're doing it, it's still going to come out with a little bit less authenticity than someone who knows how to do it themselves.
I've seen that. I know the difference. I can see a DIY. And sometimes, all you need is to do it yourself. Something quick, you need to get it going. But then when you need a professional video production, and you got to know when you need that. Just like you were saying, especially if you're going to film something that is memorable. You're going to repeat. You're going to use it over and over again. And getting back to what you're talking about, different angles you want to be able to get. Let's just say a wedding. So someone's wedding, typically, they're going to want to know, and they want to know every piece, and they want it to flow like a story.
Man, AI can't help weddings.
Exactly.
You know why?
Why?
Because AIs have not been programmed to anticipate brides. AI is not good enough to think that forward in advance. No, it can definitely help to. I mean, you can use ChatGPT to help you with your shots. You can use stuff like Topaz to help you with your lighting techniques. You can use stuff like Light Key to even help you with your light placement to see what angles for lighting you would need for pre-planning. At the end of the day, somebody with a finger has to push the button, and it still goes back to knowing what your skill set is, being able to really scale in your industry, and allowing AI to be a tool so the AI doesn't use you.
I'll tell you one thing. I've got some tools that I use, and I like for what it can do. One of the applications that I use, and I can't even think of the name of it right off the top of my head. However, it'll make what I want. I've edited it. I put it together. I've got now a story that I'm going to present, and then I produce it, and it automatically wants to then do the highlights. So you know what? I just want to automatically do the highlights. I'm like, all right, I don't even want to stop anymore because I want you to just continue with the program. And it does these highlights. Now look at this, like this is garbage.
It doesn't quite tell the story the way you wanted to tell the story, huh?
Not even close. It's like,
I remember, what we do with software now is still relative to what they used to do with 35 millimeter tape. Tape and film is where the software came from. So the software innovates the process from the film, but guess what? The thought process behind the filmmaking is still the same. So the best way I learned how to cut and slice in music production is to go to a studio who still had a reel-to-reel and watch somebody use the tape to cut and slice. So it helped me understand what the difference was between having a tail on one end and a leading head on the other. And that helped me with my process. Even though the process is innovated so I can simplify the work, it's still the same process.
Man, I can see right now you're a connoisseur of the business. You went all the way back to tape, and now, tape is like cool now. You go to somebody's house and you see a tape to tape drive, you're like, oh wow, they're rich. Number one, 'cause typically it costs a lot of money these days just to have that. But that was the norm, back in the 70s and whatnot. But there's still some basics that are still good. And you think about how innovative that is, that you could take something that's a material like that and create a movie. Think about back in the 1910, whenever, I don't know when the first reel-to-reel actually was made. That had to be eye-opening for them to reproduce lifelike imagery, using film.
Man, I thought the other day about the movie Back to the Future.
Yeah.
How they had the DeLorean and how the DeLorean would drive itself and fly and use a whole different kind of fuel power and all that kind of stuff. And I think about where we are now with Teslas, that the doors open just like the DeLorean. Yeah. They're fuel efficient. They drive themselves if you got the right model. It's like the things that we've seen on the television and the movies for so long. It's amazing how close we already were to them being a reality. It's exciting for me. I'm 44 years old, and it's exciting for me to see where we've come from and see how far we've gone. I remember walking in the rooms and seeing computer servers the size of the room.
Yeah.
Now they're the size of a nickel. It's amazing how far technology has come. And can you imagine what 20 years from now is going to look like?
It's going to be amazing in 20 years, because we're just still in the infancy of AI, just the infancy. And that's just the artificial intelligence. This is what people don't need to understand. A lot of the hype came out with the metaverse earlier. People were like, oh, wow. They don't understand a Web 3.0, cryptocurrency, blah, 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 NFTs, all that. What they didn't realize is that this next way, there will be a new iteration of the internet of itself. That new iteration of the internet will be an AI-enabled internet. That will be Web 3.0. That means it's gonna know a lot more than what it does right now. We're moving away from information technology to what I call intelligent technology. So you will be in an intelligent platform that's going to be able to do multidimensional things. And then that's going to move directly into that video world that you live in, because all it is that now instead of watching the video, you're in the video.
Well, that's a little bit scary, but when you're talking about the implementation of AI and technology, I was at the airport last week, was driving through the airport, and I'm not always the person that gets there 2 hours early. Okay. I'm just not that guy. Okay. But I'm driving and I'm trying to find a park. And I look up in the ceiling, and the airport at Raleigh-Durham International Airport has installed lights over every parking space. So the spaces that are open are green, and the spaces that are full are red. And it made it so much more efficient for me to get to my space and not pull out my hair, right? Get to my space and not be frustrated. I was like, man, I wish I would have been the person that thought about that. I think AI is going to do the same thing. I think the leaders in industries are going to be the ones who don't focus on whether or not, the humanism part about it or the reality part about it, but how can we apply new innovative ways to accomplish simple tasks that maybe frustrate us now. It's almost like when you go from the Abacus to a TI-85 computer or even your cell phone. It's like those levels of technology are right in our hands, and they've become a part of our everyday lives.
It's a great leap. Those are technological leaps. And because we now are in a world compute, we never had this available. I want people to understand that before, a lot of data was siloed. You had data over here, data over there. When cloud computing came online and a lot of people started to interact with the large entities, government entities, school entities, universities, businesses, now you've got a big framework of knowledge, compute, and storage that's readily available to the entire population of Earth. This has never happened before. So the capabilities of redesigning our earthly experience is at our fingertips. Just like when you looked at Airbnb and things like that, those things are always been there, but now you have a digital platform can make it easier, better. The whole thing with Uber, things like that, it's there, but now you know what? Let's do it more efficiently. You can do that. So there's a lot of things that we couldn't do before that we will be able to, but it'll change the dynamic. It'll change how people, like you were saying before, if you keep doing what you keep doing without seeing what's coming down the pipe, you're going to get left behind. We don't want that to happen. We want to move forward.
We know some things about us socially resist change. You think about, I've been doing video conferencing since Skype in college. There are some people who never video conferenced until Zoom during the pandemic.
Yes.
Young people have been asking for more implementation on Facebook and Instagram all along. People did not jump on the fact that Facebook was not the devil until the pandemic. And so now grandma and them who was worried about Facebook telling the kids to get off their phones. Now grandma's the first one that'll FaceTime you because she want to see where you at. I want to see my baby. So, somehow it's always the case that the average person in society is always weary about the new technology, but eventually something happens to level the playing field to get us all to where we need to be so we can continue evolving as a society.
100% RJ. This has been great. I'm going to let you go. We're going to get ready for our next speaker. I can't wait to see this new conversation that's going to come up. You're going to be back with us in about 15 minutes or so. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Did you know that our black dollar only lasts for 6 hours in our community?
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.black.
My brother is with us, RJ Stevenson. He is a trailblazer in music, media, and ministry. For over 20 years, he has helped develop and establish the national branding images of businesses, institutions, nonprofit organizations, and high-profile personalities. He's a successful church planter. He has been blessed to serve as a preacher, a presenter, and a speaker at various conferences and conventions across the globe. He has established several successful churches and ministries under the brand The Infinity Church in Raleigh, North Carolina, Conway, Arkansas, and currently in Tampa, Florida. Stevenson's insight in media and evangelism caused ministry to soar during the season of a pandemic.
The church has left the building.
By embracing a hybrid model that served both physical and digital ministry partners. We are excited to have this man of God to come before us. We're going to yield this platform into the hands of Pastor Stevenson that he may give us further instructions, further directives at this time.
The African company and the African CEO is making a conscious decision to bring on someone external to the continent versus bringing on someone who is from Ghana or Kenya or South Africa. And so the skill sets of the people that we take through our executive leadership training program and ultimately on the placement, obviously have to be extremely high caliber. So what we look for are corporate executives at the vice president to C-suite level, as well as Black entrepreneurs. When we look at the Black corporate executives, we're looking for some very specific skill sets, whether that be around supply chain, sales and marketing, engineering, product development. We want our folks to be able.
Hello, I am Dr. Eric Kelly III, the visionary strategist and founder of the Black Business Olympics. I invite you to showcase your Black-owned businesses on the Black Business Network global stage. The Black Business Olympics is a global Black Business Network platform that propels Black-owned businesses into the international spotlight. By showcasing your business on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can reach a worldwide audience of potential customers, partners, and investors. You can also establish yourself as a thought leader and expert in your field, attract lucrative partnerships, and more speaking engagements. In addition, the Black Business Olympics platform provides a valuable opportunity to connect and collaborate with like-minded entrepreneurs and business professionals from around the world. This can lead to new business opportunities, ideas, and relationships. Finally, by sharing your story and expertise on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can inspire and empower others. This is a powerful way to make a positive impact on the world and leave a lasting legacy. If you are a Black-owned business owner, I encourage you to seize the opportunity to showcase your business on the Black Business Olympics platform. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make an indelible mark on the world. Be one of the 1,000 visionary entrepreneurs who are changing students' lives, shaping industries, and leaving an unforgettable legacy for their families. Unleash your voice on our global stage and watch your business thrive. Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Yes, the entire world. Just give me a call today at 919-308-9090.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good day, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations, and welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series. And I am your business moderator for this day on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. And we have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker, Joy T. Lane, is a storytelling powerhouse with 20 plus years experience across scripted and unscripted television. As a director and producer, she brings out the best in her crew and actors through encouragement and builds unified crews. Shows she's recently directed like BET Plus Average Joe, Netflix's Sweet Magnolias, CBS Fire Country, Law and Order, and Power Book 2, Ghost, and Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, just to name a few. When not blazing trails in entertainment, Joy is always looking to uplift communities. Originally from the South, her passion for stories and cheerleading others stems from those roots. So I would like to bring her to the stage, Miss Joy, and she's going to do a fireside chat with Mr. RJ.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am great. I am so impressed with your background. I cannot wait for this discussion.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited. I'm so happy to be here.
All right, RJ, you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right, genius is coming, and I'll see you both on the other side.
Joy T. Lane.
Well, hello. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing amazing. It's been a wonderful day here at the Black Business Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And we saved the best for last.
You know how to flatter me. You know how to flatter me.
Man, this is a long time coming. I think the last time I saw you, we were in New York, and you was on the other side of the street. But what an amazing journey it has been Man, back to church days.
Yes.
And man, who would have thought that all this time later on we would be doing similar stuff? Let's not even do that. I'm not doing anything similar to what you're doing.
Oh,
I am trying my best
Look.
to be worthy to be interviewing you right now. But
Well, let me tell you, I just finished watching that interview with you and seeing some commercials. You're doing big things, doing real huge things.
I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Now, you are Joy T. Lane, the Joy T. Lane. And really, for real, let me tell you, you are such a humble person. You always have been, but you big stuff. Okay. He read some of the works that you've been able to do, some of your industry accomplishments, but you left one of those titles off called the Blacklist. Now, the Blacklist is big stuff, Joy. Okay. Now, the fact that you leave off stuff like that, it speaks to who you are as an individual and your humility. We're from Goldsboro, so we always been humble. We always say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and yes, sir, and no, sir. But you're gonna have to flex tonight because the people need to know who you are.
Well, the thing is, and it's funny, I am so grateful and thankful for those opportunities. And I believe we all need to flex at times. I guess for me, because I've always wanted to do this, I'm doing exactly what from the young age of 4, my parents told me, like at 4, I was telling them I wanted to work in TV. And they were like, what in the world does she know about TV? But I'm doing exactly what I love to do. And so often I don't keep track of the shows that I'm doing or that I'm working on. I just love telling the stories. So that's what I always focus on, is like, am I telling a story? Am I making an impact? That's what's most important. So I don't really look at the list of shows, but I know that they're there and I'm excited and they keep growing. I keep doing more and more shows, and I'm truly, truly blessed and honored to be able to do it.
When you were 4 years old, the best you had in Goldsboro was Cablevision. You had that little box that you would punch all the numbers to the 13 channels that we had, or you had them rabbit ears that you would turn the channels, and TV went off at midnight and we heard the Star Spangled Banner. We have come so far since then, but I want to know, I know you said you was 4 years old when you got interested, but most of us have something that we wanted to do when we were kids and we went another route. What was it that kept you passionate about the industry that you chose to be in?
Well, it's funny that you asked me that, because like I said, my mom and dad tell me from 4 years old, I one day turned around after watching TV with them and said, that's what I wanted to do. And they really encouraged me. I got to say, they were like my cheerleaders, because they were encouraging me to tell stories. Like, I would tell them stories at night versus them reading me stories. I was creating the stories and building the world. And that was huge. But then I went off to school, to college. And would you believe I started out as an elementary ed major?
What?
Yes. Started out, I went as elementary ed. And I'll tell you why, because there was some part of me that I had heard people say that there was really no way that I could have a career, a successful career in the industry.
Wow.
Yeah, coming from Goldsboro, there was no way that that could be done. So there was a small part of me that thought, will go as an elementary ed, go in as elementary ed, do that, you definitely can find work there. And about my sophomore year, I called my parents up and said, I got something to tell you. And they were like, okay, well, tell us. And I said, I just want you to know that I'm changing my major to like media studies. Like, I don't want to do elementary ed. I want to do media studies. And they were like, thank God, because we could not figure out why, since such a young age, you've been saying this is what you wanted to do and you varied from it. And when they said that to me, what that also did for me was it caused me to realize you can do it. It doesn't matter what somebody else thinks. The lens that they're looking at you is not the lens you look at yourself through. So at that point, I was like, I will make it. I'll do whatever I need to do, whatever that is. I'm going to make it in this industry. And so from that point on, I made sure that I was doing the work in school. Had internships. I was constantly trying to find mentors that could assist me with this. And it was an ongoing learning experience, just finding ways to create, renting out camera equipment and finding ways to create stories. And I think that's what it's about always still.
Did you ever go? Now, we're from Goldsboro, just to give the people who've never graced their presence in Goldsboro. We're from Goldsboro, North Carolina, which is like 45 minutes from Wilmington,
right?
Which is a major destination for film industry.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think about going to Wilmington for film? I never thought about Wilmington as a film place.
I didn't. To be quite honest, I mean, I knew it existed, and there were a couple of times I tried to go and do some background work, but I never thought about trying to go and work there. And now that I've been in the industry for some time now, I get it. Like, I understand, because a lot of those shows, what people don't realize is a lot of time those shows that were shooting in Wilmington, the people were being brought in from New York and LA, and they were working those shows. So I think what's great about the industry is when they are somewhere like Wilmington, the whole community is thriving because you have so many people that are benefiting from working in that industry, whether it's catering or lodging or locations. People are all benefiting and thriving together when the film and TV industry is somewhere. But at the time, a lot of the shows that were there, a lot of the crew were coming from other places.
Now, if we were in Georgia, the whole state would have been in on the industry, right?
Yeah.
If we were in New York, the whole state would have been in on the industry.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about North Carolina that doesn't spread that kind of resource throughout the state?
You know, that's a great question, and one I've been asking myself so much, because, you know, you hear about, 50 cents and people opening up studios in areas that, in Shreveport. When you think about Shreveport, Louisiana, you know that is a community, an area that really needs this kind of business. It's going to open up doors for a lot of their residents. It's going to provide jobs. And so when I hear about, 50 doing things like that, I have always had a desire to do something in North Carolina, create, open up some sort of studio, stage, something. But I do not quite understand why North Carolina has not embraced the TV film industry as it did a long time ago. I know the tax credits have changed, and for me, I always thought that was a awful decision to make, to change the tax credits. And so what that did was it caused a lot of the shows that were shooting in Wilmington to go to Atlanta to shoot. They lost a lot of work that way. So I'm still trying to figure it out, and I do believe there's a way around it. I believe it can be done for those people who are interested in building in North Carolina. There is a way for it to be done. You just got to we all got to get our heads together and figure it out.
Well, you wouldn't get somebody like me to come back here to participate in that kind of industry and nothing happened. So something's got to change, right?
Yeah.
When we look at the people who, we from Goldsboro, we always heard about Andy Griffith.
Yeah, yeah.
Being a teacher at Goldsboro High School and his legacy in the state. We never really heard about any actors that came out of Goldsboro who look like us.
Right.
So, even having yourself in the industry, we've got two good friends from Goldsboro, Stanley Autry and Takara's Bunch. They've done great things in the industry. It's almost as if we had to leave home to go find our path in another place. And the state and the city really doesn't benefit from the wealth and value of the individuals that it even raised up. You're getting ready to venture into something different that might open doors for some other people. What you got going on?
I mean, I'm glad you mentioned that, and you keep referencing Goldsboro, and I am a firm believer, and I say it all the time. There is so much gold in Goldsboro. There is so much untapped potential there, and people don't even realize it. And so for me, it's definitely about making some impacts in the community. How can I do that? Through speaking, through workshops with children, because sometimes you got to get them young. I recently did a workshop here in New York with some kids and gave them the opportunity to just brainstorm, tell me a TV show or a movie you would like to make. And the ideas that they came up with were like astonishing. I really wanted to write them down and find a way to produce them. But I also believe in this industry, majority of creative are what I like to consider multi-hyphenate. We do so many things, right? We don't just, we're not just camera operators. We tend to be operators, we're writers, we're directors. We do a number of things. And I think that is just because of our creative spirit. Being a director and having the opportunity to see a lot of the stories that I've been called to direct just come to life. I think one of the greatest things I enjoy doing is working with actors. I love it. I truly love it. And I love to give them the freedom to explore. And so what I've been working on, amongst so many things, I have script development. Like I'm working on developing some scripts so that I can start pitching those. But I'm also crafting an experience for actors. And when I say experience, it's going way beyond just workshops and classes. This is creating a nurturing space for actors, because I think a lot of times people think acting is just, memorizing some lines and waiting for, that big break. But there is so much that goes into acting. For instance, I truly admire actors because you've got to have a resilient spirit to be an actor, because you're going on constant auditions. You're being rejected a lot of times because you're not getting the roles that, sometimes you're not getting those roles you audition for. There's financial uncertainty. And then there's oftentimes not enough people that understand what you're going through. Like a lot of times I hear actors say, folks are like, well, you just get a real job already. And that's discouraging. And so I'm trying to create an experience, a coaching program for actors to really help them nail their auditions. That is something I love doing, working with actors with their auditions and giving them feedback so that they can elevate it and stand out when someone like me is looking at their audition tape. Something else that actors don't really understand is there's acting, but then there's the business of acting. There's certain things that you have to have, like a virtual portfolio. And my love is like helping them craft a portfolio that's going to wow a casting director. So that's helping them choose their headshots. That's helping them find material, like the best best work that they've done to put on their demo reels, helping them craft a great resume and bio and personal letter, personal statement, all of those things. And if they don't have the experience or enough work to actually put on their reel, it's me getting in there with them and helping them create things, like create content to actually put on that reel. So I've reached out to, again, this industry is all about it's about networks, it's about collaboration, it's about relationships. So I've reached out to, friends that have camera packages that have been like, hey, if this is what I'm working on, can you come on and help me? And they're like, yeah, we'd love to. We want to create too, because the industry is slow for a lot of people. And again, it's always about creating. It's honing your skills, even when it's slow. It's taking those online classes and workshops, even when nothing's happening. All of that is incredibly important. And so that's what I'm working on right now. I'm truly excited about it, because I just know that this is going to be truly, truly impactful, because I get all these calls and I get texts and I get DMs from actors all the time saying, Miss Lane, like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. I want to make a living as an actor, and I've done all that I know to do. And I admire that, because it's important when you've done all that you know to do and you don't know what other steps, you find people who can help you and support you. And that's what I'm currently doing right now for actors.
So in terms of there might be somebody who's watching, sounds so much like church, that will you come? No, there's somebody, might be somebody who's watching who either themselves or has a child or a nephew who is interested in being an actor. They're funny around the house. They make up their own characters. They make up their own scripts and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What's the first step? Like when I was in undergrad, I had an experience where I was able to, like, one of my fraternity brothers became an actor. Very, very, very successful actor. I'm not calling his name. He's probably gonna kill me because I'm not. But a very, very successful actor. And I was like, but you ain't. And then turn around and see him on the Disney Channel and this show and that show. It's like, but he from Wilson. But come on now, how in the world? Like, what is the first step? Because acting in the entertainment industry seems like basketball. It's like 1 in every million guy that's been bouncing the ball his whole life might get drafted. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the first step?
I think the first step is definitely having confidence and believing in yourself, and making sure that despite what anyone else is saying, you believe that you can do this. I think that's the first step, because along the way, you're going to have, as I said, you need to be resilient. You're going to have these things happen that can be quite discouraging. So if you can at least have confidence, that's part of it right there. The next step, and it varies, because I wished I could say that there was one particular way to get there, because you hear of people who, social media influencers who are now on shows, or someone submits a reel, or someone is discovered. There's so many different ways to do it. What I suggest for people who want to be actors, is that they actually go and see, like, if you're not in a city that has it, for instance, maybe you're not in Atlanta, but you're in a city around Atlanta or within driving distance, or maybe you're not in New York, but you're in a city around New York, and the same thing for LA. I suggest you look for casting sites. There are a lot of great casting sites. You have Actors Access. That's a great one to start off with. There's Backstage you can use. Get on those websites and register. You'll have to put like a profile. You'll have to kind of do like a mini portfolio, just a little bit of a profile about yourself, the role that you're looking for, whether it's the age range you want to play, and you be as realistic as possible. If you're 50, don't say that you can
I want to be a 20-year-old and I'm 50.
20 to 30. Like, don't do that. And it happens. There's sometimes so be realistic with that age range. And you get up there and you fill out that information, and they will start to send you opportunities that exist near you. And a lot of times people have to start out as background. That's a way to get in there. But definitely registering for those sites because they get you the information. Some people immediately go and try to find representation or managers or agents, and I wouldn't recommend that right away. There's some things that you can do on your own. You can always find, if you're not near Atlanta or those places, there's always someone doing a student film near you. There's always someone who might be doing a thesis film, or someone who's just an independent filmmaker. And you can always go, and they need actors. You can always go and work on those projects. And so there's all these different ways that you can do it. But I always say, have the confidence. And secondly, register for these, for some of these, register your profile on some of these networks, and start to go for these auditions, even if it's just your background for a little bit. Start off there.
I was on a fireside chat with Grant McGard in the last session before we started this interview, and he said something that made me cringe. He was like, "So, what's the difference with the video industry?" And I was like, "The video industry? I don't do that." So, I'm like, video? I don't do video. But a average television movie watcher might not know the difference. They might literally think that there's no difference between what I'm doing as a camera operator and what somebody does with a good old iPhone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a major difference, even in acting, between stage and theater, and then movies, and then scripted television. Like if I live in North Carolina and there's my Parks and Recreation got a stage play, is that a way for me to sort of get in because that's the best I got? You know what I'm saying? Like what is, you went to UNCG, right? Did your film or media studies program really prepare you for the industry, or is there something else that you would have done if you had known better that could have got you in? Because now it's like, we used to have at vocat schools and technical schools and that kind of stuff. Like, what's a better way to prepare yourself if you're really interested in this kind of industry?
Now, I was there quite a long time ago, but, I would say it did not prepare me for the industry, going to school. What I will say is it totally depends, because where I got the knowledge, I understood, like I had the opportunity to do the editing where you're splicing, to think, all of that. That was hard work. That was really hard work. And I'm so glad we are no longer splicing anymore. But so I got the knowledge and the understanding, but the actual actually doing hands-on was where that was where the gap was. So actually being able to go in and PA on a show, starting as the person who's, it's like running errands. You're the person getting the coffee. You're the person like taking the lunch orders. You're the first one there, the last one to leave. You're the one taking out the trash. You're doing all what they consider to be grunt work, the work nobody really wants to do, but that's where you actually get the experience, right? It's about getting the experience, because along the way, as a PA, you're starting to meet crew members. You're starting to be able to talk to the camera operators and be like, what are you doing? You're starting to be able to talk to the script supervisor. Can you tell me what you're doing? You're starting to create these relationships and start to find the places where you would like to be if you're interested from a creative professional. How that relates to acting is get the experience. It's all about getting the experience. Get in where you fit in. Like if you all you have is the community theater play, get in there, because you're going to learn something. You're going to grow doing that. You're going to have to Learn the line. There's a lot of the same, what you have to do in order to do a TV show, to do a feature film is pretty similar to when you're doing theater. So get in where you can fit in. Don't ever discount any opportunity. I'm always saying, do it. Do it. Even if it's your cousins, down the street, they want to do a little film, do it. All of this nothing is wasted. And I like to remind people that nothing is wasted. All the energy, all the effort, everything that you put into that, all of that translates to something bigger and better.
I was also thinking about Kamisha Wooten, who's also from Goldsboro, doing a wonderful things in the film industry. How is network television different? Because your attention to detail has got to be like ridiculous, right? I'm sure there have been some moments that you can think of where you just knew that scene was over and done, and then somebody did something absolutely retarded, and you had to do it over again. Like, what makes it so different about network television?
So let me make sure I understand you right. Different between network television, as in like the Law and Orders, and then actually doing a feature film or a streaming show.
Yeah, because the way you tell the story is a little bit different, right?
Well, it depends, because that's why I wanted to make sure I understood with network, because with network, that's why, because it's not that different. So if you're doing an NBC show, let's say you're doing what's the NBC show? All the Dick Wolf shows are on NBC. So you're doing a Law and Order. That's different because it's a procedural to a certain degree. You're still telling a story, but how the story is told is different. But does the same chaos that happens, every day, like I was telling someone, no day is ever the same on a film or TV set. Never. You can plan as much as you want to plan, but it's never going to go that way. So it's the same. It's just how the story is told. The other thing that's different is oftentimes with those kind of shows, those ABC network shows, they're shot in a shorter amount of time. So for instance, you see this episode and it's 60 minutes, really maybe 45, because they have to have commercials. I promise you that crew did it in 7 days. There were 7 days, and it was probably between 12, if you're lucky, to 14 to 15 hours. And that's for 7 days. So they are pumped out really fast. With streaming shows, or like, for instance, your Netflix or your Stars, oftentimes they will take a little longer to shoot. They may have 10 days. So with your Law and Orders, those network shows, a lot of times you have like 7 days of prepping. You got to go see all your locations. You got to cast all your guest roles. You got to do all your planning. 7 days, have all your meetings, and then you shoot for 7 days. With those other shows, the Netflix, the streaming, you will often have more time, because oftentimes they put a little bit more time into wanting the visual storytelling of it all. They want to give you a little bit more time to be creative and find innovative and creative ways to tell the story. So a lot of times you may have 8 days, 9 days, 10 days of prep, 10 days of shooting. So oftentimes the difference is in the amount of time that you have to shoot. Like with those shows, like those network, oftentimes it's go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Like you're running from one place to the next. It's like you're doing 1 or 2 takes and you're moving on. And then with the other shows, oftentimes, and feature films is completely different. That's a whole different beast, because feature films, the other thing is with network shows and even with streaming, that is a writer's medium, meaning the writers, that's where they kind of shine. And you as a director, when you work on those shows, you really have to be collaborative because it really is their show, and you're being brought in to bring their words to life. And feature films, that is a director's medium because you are doing, like, you are the creative. You're the CEO. You're the CEO. You're the chief everything officer, right? As far as I'm concerned, the creative everything officer. You literally are like everything is your idea. You're planning, like you're the one that's talking about all those things that you want to happen. You're doing the planning. So it's more of a director's medium. And so that's how they really differ. So TV, more of a writer's medium. Feature film, more of a director's medium. They have more of the say and the creative authority in feature films.
So feature films are much longer.
Yes. Yes.
Network television sort of has its parameters because it has to be cut down to a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like, you can look at network television and be like, oh, that's NBC. Oh, that's CBS. Mm-hmm. So there sort of seems to be like a style that comes along with those networks as well, right?
Well, when you say style, it is pretty there. And I'm going to say something because I know what you're going for. You're saying they're pretty much, it's like some wide, mediums, and close-ups. Like it's pretty bare, right? Yep. And so just wanting to put it out there as a director coming in, like they do have a look and a style and a tone. Every show has that. When you come in as a director, I think it's incredibly important to be aware and to make sure you've done your research and to see what the style of the show is. But it's also incredibly important. They hired you because they loved your ideas. They love, your point of view. So they want to get a chance to see a little bit of you. So it's incredibly important that you get those base shots, get those standard shots. But you can also play around if time permits, because lots of times there is not a lot of time on those shows. If time permits, you get a chance to show a little bit more of you and your style. Now, will it make it into the final cut? Now that's a toss-up right there. There have been times when I've been like, I have just done the coolest shot ever. And then I watch it and I'm like, they took that shot out, so you gotta again have no ego when it comes to that with TV, with network, because again, they do have a tone, they do have a style. If it doesn't work, they will not use it, but they still like to see that you came in with some ideas and you wanted to play. And I think that's important for people who are coming in as directors to know, is just still play with it. So yeah.
In music production, you sort of don't want to tell people what your favorite genre is because you don't want to be in a box. You don't want to be the R&B producer. You don't want to be the gospel producer. You don't want to be the hip hop producer. You want to be like, I produce everything because that produces the most kind of opportunities. Now, I don't know if it works like that in what you're doing as a director, but what is your preferred type of project? If you can answer that question and not hurt yourself.
Oh, well, the thing is,
you just Joy T. Lane.
I love storytelling. So, for me, I'm always interested in stories, and I love stories where there are what we would consider to be very ugly characters. And I said their behavior is ugly because I love trying to find ways to make the audience see beauty even in the ugliness of their behavior, because I think we all have these different sides of us. They're always, I know for me, there are times when I'm like, ooh, that, Joy, that, you didn't handle that well, you know. You wouldn't want anybody to see how you handled that one. But we, we all have like these things about ourselves that we're complicated, we're layered, we're multi-dimensional people. And I love seeing these characters that seem as if they're ugly characters, but they truly have layers. There's depth, there's reasons why they're doing what they're doing. And so for me, I will be honest, I lean towards thrillers, suspense, and very dark stories. I really do. Believe it or not, my name is Joy, but I do lean more towards those darker stories and thriller and suspense. I actually shot a short film during the pandemic in Raleigh, North Carolina. I used students from Duke University. My DP was a professor from Duke University, and we figured out how to shoot during COVID at that time. And the story was a much darker story. And it's often the talk when I'm going on these general meetings where I meet with, executives in regards to shows that they work on. They all ask me about that particular story because they're like, we never would see that, imagine that coming from someone whose name is Joy. So I do love suspense, mystery, thrillers, and darker stories. Stories like Ozark. Like I love those kind of stories.
So you really preferred the Blair Witch Project when you were younger, didn't you? I know. You went out around Goldsboro with your phone trying to film all that you can while everybody was huffing and puffing in the dark. I know. We got the story now. We know exactly where you're coming from. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Not horror though. I'm not a fan of horror, but thriller, suspense, mysteries. That is my jam right there.
This has been amazing. Thank you for making time for us today.
Thank you for having me.
Man, I look forward to seeing how you develop this platform to help actors. I think that's going to be amazing. And come on, bring some of this stuff home now. I don't want to be down here in North Carolina trying to lift this weight by myself.
I know. I got you. We've just got to do some brainstorming.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Joy. It's been great catching up with you.
Thank you. Take care.
You as well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, this has been wonderful. I'm just kicking back, got my popcorn out, just listening in. This is all the behind the scenes stuff that takes place, in these studios, so did not know what was going on in North Carolina from a production standpoint. And man, you've been doing this since you were 4, man. You've been living and breathing in this world. You gotta come on down to the MIA and shoot some stuff for us.
Yeah. No, man, I said North Carolina. Stop. See,
you're in Tampa. You're not even in this conversation. No, but I have noticed that the Southeast has picked up to me in productions. Obviously Atlanta, what they're doing there, Tyler Perry Productions. I see a lot of things that are going on in Miami. They go back and forth.
Yes.
What they need to shoot. But I did not know that Archie Griffiths, y'all was talking about, that was filmed in North Carolina.
Andy Griffith.
Wow.
Yeah. He was a teacher at Goldsboro High School. Yep. But he played the Andy Griffith Show. Yeah. Andy Griffith was his real name. And he also played Matlock, right?
Yes, he did. He did.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite shows. Just one of the things that came on network TV. There's only 4 shows, right? So that was one. It was a rerun when I was watching it.
That's when the Star Spangled Banner was gonna play at midnight. I'm trying to tell you, those were good old days. Life was a whole lot easier back then.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
you didn't have that much to choose from.
Sure. No, but this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for being on the Black Business Network. We don't want this to be your last appearance, so definitely come and join us again. We are doing something. We believe in something. We have a cause, and we're creating opportunities for all of us because this industry has changed, and it can change for the better when you bring people like yourselves that have such expertise in what you do.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Yes.
All right. Well, genius is coming, and I will see you both on the other side.
All right.
This has been wonderful. Thank everyone for tuning in to the Black Business Network. We have had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful second day from 8 a.m. to now 8 p.m., depending on where you're located. Where I'm located is the East Coast. 12 hours of programming that is talking about Black entrepreneurship. If you are in business or you're looking to do business with Black-owned businesses, this is where you come to learn about Black business, what we can do, how we can to support each other. There's so much out here that people, if you pull us together as a collective throughout the diaspora, we can do a lot of things, and we are doing those things. So I want to congratulate the Black Business Network, the Black Business Olympics, for continually supporting us and bringing us full circle with this kind of visibility. So from me to you, thank you for tuning in to the Black Business Network. This is Grant McGaw, 5-star BDM CEO, signing off. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Artist to me is a creative expression of something from nothing. You know, it explodes onto the canvas, or it explodes on in my work. One of the things that I try to do more than anything is I try to just give the lines and the movements and emotions and expressions into what I do. Art really means to me a chance to express how I feel deep down inside. Most of my art begins as a thought that I might have, you know, whether it's sports, whether it's history, whether it's a woman or a man. It pretty much starts as an idea of thought before I get into the actual image of what I'm going to draw. I do a lot of historical pieces. I was a history minor in college, and I love to do history pieces. And a lot of times I'm thinking about history, and then I try to make that history impact you as you look at it. That's one of the reasons I do pictures so large. People ask me, why do I do the pictures so big? And I tell them, I want the piece to impact them as they're looking at it, to kind of dominate them, dominate their space. And most of my pieces I try to do off page. I don't try to do anything that's going to be in those four corners or in a square. And I want your imagination to be a part of the piece that you're looking at.